It is definitely the 2019 highlight at the four-in-hand driving competitions in Europe. The Driving European Championships in Donaueschingen in 2019. 3 days of different classes, 3 days of different tasks. First day on Friday, we've seen the dressage. Very impressive results we're going to show you afterwards. As you can see, dressage has been completed by Benjamin Ayot, being ranked number 1. Brahm Chardon, the legend coming from the Netherlands, number 2, just ahead of his son Brahm Chardon, number 3. What else do we have? Misha Ibrahim, a little bit of domestic advantage, coming for the federal state of Baden-Württemberg, Germany, being ranked number 16. No bigger surprises then after the dressage in the lower field of the ranking. But then, the second day of the European Championships of the four-in-hand driving. That's the marathon we have seen yesterday on that Saturday. 41 competitors out of 19 nations competing in the 2019 championships. And of course, the Dutch team defending the medal after the 2017 Gothenburg European Championships. After the dressage, Netherlands still in the lead, followed by Germany, number 3, France. And at the latest, after the CHIO in Aachen, it was clear that the Netherlands will play an important role at the 2019 European Championships. Strong as they've been at the dressage. But everything is open at the marathon. Here we can see the course team, led by Jon Jacobs for the Netherlands. What do we have? 13 kilometers at the marathon. 2 phases. First phase, phase A, with 5,000 meters, minimum time of 21 minutes. But the more important and more impressive part, that's the second phase, the B part, 8,050 meters long. Minimum time, 31 minutes, 8 obstacles, which we're gonna see, 8 obstacles, and the commencement will be executed by German Sebastian Hess, followed by Rušička for Austria. 40 out of 41 competitors will start at the marathon here on that Saturday, and will have to drive through those 8, in some cases, really challenging obstacles we're gonna have. And of course, the most successful competitors, they will follow on the second part. As you can see, Brahm Chardon, son of Brahm Chardon, Georg Feinstein for Germany, the last third, and then Brahm Chardon starting as the last competitor. It's gonna be spectacular. And here's the first carriage to come at obstacle number 1. 6 gates for Juan Antonio Real Garcia, representing Spain. Spanish champion in 2012, 13, 14, 15. Definitely a well-experienced driver, but already at obstacle 1, there are some challenges. You've seen the 2 front horses not really following his instructions. Gates A to F, 6 gates within that first obstacle. Relatively level, so there's no uphill, downhill. Relatively easy compared to what we're gonna see. Juan Antonio Real Garcia, 3 times participant on European and World Championships. One of the most successful Spanish drivers, coming to the finish line of obstacle number 164.61. Of course, marathon, always the most impressive, most interesting part of four-in-hand driving. Now coming to obstacle number 2, representing Austria, Austrian driver Josef Leibitzeder. Called the Roses Garden. Quite an impressive course, which Jon Jacobs from the Netherlands has built with his team here in Donaueschingen in southwest Germany. General Consula, Salamanca, Riquira, two geldings, two stallions, but also there some disharmony. He's got much to do, as you can see. Steep left turn. All good. Josef Leibitzeder Jr., introduced to the driving sport, of course, by his father, Josef. Austrian champion this year. Awarded in Altenfelden. Now completed obstacle 2. While Juan Antonio Real Garcia is about to complete the marathon on obstacle 8, the final obstacle. Massive gates. It's a little bit more about speed on that obstacle. Not to forget, already 7 obstacles have been completed. 13 kilometers have been driven. And now it's just to stay clear of the fences, of the gates. Being as quickly as possible through the finish line for Juan Antonio Real Garcia, our first driver. Heading towards the finish line now with quick 51.46. So, quick round, ranked number 2, but we are at the very, very beginning of the field. As you could see, German competitor Misha Ibrahim just watching and observing what the competitors are doing. Back to Josef Leibitzeder. Obstacle number 5. The source of the river Danube with a beautiful fountain. As you can see, course team has been very creative in building the fences. Very quick snapshot of Josef Leibitzeder. Very quick round on obstacle 6. Quickest time there with just 14.65 seconds. Number 3 after the marathon, and if we cumulate the dressage, then he's currently ranked number 4. 19 nations competing at the 2019 European Championships, including Poland. The next competitor, Piotr Mazurek, being on obstacle 3 now, the impressive rail tracks. Quite a bit of a complicated obstacle, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of dips. Horses really need power to get out of those dips, as we will see right now. See, very powerful, and then quickly slow down downhill. Very challenging. We're also going to see some Swiss competitors at the moment. We will focus on obstacle number 6, representing Hungary, Josef Dobrevic Jr. It's quite common that we have families competing. A lot of drivers, family members of very well-known families. Also Great Britain being represented. Daniel Neprus, obstacle 2. Oh, just a slight mistake there. Being corrected actually at the Roses Garden, obstacle 2. Well, he adjusted back to harmony. Two times national silver medal winner of forehand driving at Great Britain. Now coming to the finish line. In the meantime, we are back at obstacle 8, the last obstacle for Josef Dobrevic Jr. And again, it's about speed, staying clear of the fences. Steep left turn. Son of the legendary forehand driver Joseph Dobrevic. Just 10 years ago when he started driving. National champion 2017, silver medal winner of 2019, coming into the finish line. Quickest time on obstacle 8. Quickest time on obstacle 2 and 4. Really quick round, ranked number 2 in the meantime. Joseph Dobrevic Jr. representing Hungary. Coming back to Piotr Mazurek. In the meantime, he already completed the obstacles all the way down to obstacle number 7, the so-called Indian Village. Also one of the more challenging obstacles. Very wide fences, going up and down all the time. A lot of changes in speed and pace, which makes it difficult for the drivers, as you can see, and also for the horses to stay in harmony and stay in line. Piotr Mazurek, 2 years ago, silver medal winner of national championships, 8 times participant of European and World Championships. Definitely the most successful driver at the Polish team. Leaving obstacle 7. Coming into obstacle 8 and the finish line, ranked number 6 after dressage and the marathon, Piotr Mazurek, Poland. Again, not to forget 13 kilometers, which the carriages, the teams now have to compete. And another very famous, very well-known driver family, De Ronde, first team member, first family member now, Peter De Ronde, younger brother of Koos De Ronde, who we will see as well on the legendary obstacle number 3, the rail tracks. As you can see, the horses are already sweating. An exhausting course of 13 kilometers. Very well synchronized with his grooms at the back of the carriage. Very quick round at obstacle 3. Peter De Ronde. As we previously saw, also Switzerland competing at the 2019 championships. Now Jerome Wutas, Swiss driver, started driving in 2005. National champion in 2013. Silver medal winner 1 year later. Coming through the finish line in 52.20. That was quite quick. At this obstacle number 2, but there were many more to come. Again, it's family business, it's family sports. We've seen Joseph Dobrevic Jr. and now we are coming to his father Senior, the Hungarian leader in forehand driving. Just to complete the family story, so to say, father and son. Time to look at the current interim ranking. Markus Stottmeister representing Germany in the lead, one of the individual competitors for Germany. Followed by René Pönsken, as you could see, on 3, and Josef Leibitzeder, who we followed throughout the course, on 9. And now we are back at obstacle number 1. Dressage. With Dirk, Gerhard, Grenadier and Silverstone, his 4 beautiful horses, now joined the game, the marathon. the most exhausting and the most impressive part of the 2019 European Championships. Belgium. Top sportsman, top driver representing Belgium. Completed in 46 seconds. Quite quick. Oh, rain back for Daniel Neprus. Just at the last obstacle, as you could see. Missed the fence. Just a slight correction. Just a few meters ahead of the finish line. Daniel Neprus about to complete the 2019 marathon. Also well known for very quick rounds. Top marathon driver, Daniel Neprus. Here we go. He completed his course. Let's just have a snapshot on the results. Top speed and top time at obstacle number 7, 13.22 seconds. At the end, ranked number 8, including the dressage. Currently ranked number 4, Daniel Neprus. And we are going back into the marathon. Going back to the Hungarian team. Josef Dobrevic, the father. Obstacle 3, the rear tracks. Very creative way through C. Very steep turns he's doing here. E. Going through fence number E. Coming back uphill. Keeping the focus on the last fence, and now it's all about leaving this obstacle, leaving the rail tracks. Heading towards the next obstacle. Josef Dobrevic. And here we go with another very famous family, very impressive name, Koos de Ronde. Previously seen his younger brother Peter de Ronde, both sons of the legendary Piet de Ronde. The Dutch team showing up at Donaueschingen with their best drivers. The Chardon family and the de Ronde family. Now Koos de Ronde. Joining at the first obstacle. Very well done, very well done. Completed in 43.07 seconds, while his younger brother Peter is at the fountain, the source of the river Danube, obstacle number 5.
Josef Dobrevic hat Hindernis 1 beendet, ist jetzt auf dem Weg zu Hindernis 2.
Peter de Ronde also very quick times at the first 4 obstacles.
Peter de Ronde currently at obstacle 5, and we are about to expect Jerome Wutas at obstacle 3, the train tracks, he on main place.
And he completed obstacle 5, Peter de Ronde, while his older brother Koos still is on the way to obstacle number 2. Yeah, it took a bit of time, a few hours marathon. Now Peter de Ronde, the younger one, completed the marathon, ranked number 1, including the dressage of Friday's competition. Total ranking at the moment has been number 3 for Peter de Ronde. We are coming back into obstacle number 3. Dressage. the Belgium champion, 3 times participant of European and World Championships, silver medal winner 2016 and 17 of the Belgium Championships, now on the way, finishing obstacle 3. Just some coordination with the grooms. The staff on the carriage. Obstacle number 6. In the meantime, the next challenge for Jerome Wutas, representing Switzerland. It's been quite a bit busy, 8 carriages at the same time at the marathon course. Each of the obstacles being a challenge for all the 40 competitors who started in the marathon. Jerome Wutas completed his marathon, now at obstacle 8. Swiss champion 2013, ranked number 2 1 year later. Winner of the Swiss championships 2 times in a row. Second at the international tournament of Neprus, Czech Republic, now finishing the marathon 2019. Quickest time at obstacles 4 and 6, also well known for quick rounds, ranked number 1 in the lead, including the Friday's dressage, Jerome Wutas. And now, the winner of the Friday's dressage, Benjamin Ayot, representing France, having presented an impressive dressage. And completed obstacle number 1 in 46 seconds. There have been quicker rounds. While Dressage, the Belgian driver, is about to complete the 2019 marathon. Maybe some technical details in the meantime following Dressage. There's also a minimum time, so the drivers are also forced to stay in a time. They cannot be quicker than that. They should not be quicker than that, otherwise they would get penalty points throughout the marathon. Dressage now coming towards the finish line. At the end, he took over the leadership. Total number 4 at the marathon, but being ranked very well at the dressage. So far, he was ranked in the lead, Dressage, and now all eyes on the German team. Domestic driver Misha Ibrahim, home-based in the federal state of Baden-Württemberg, the hosting federal state of the 2019 championships. Very big audience. Very steep, very powerful. His 4 horses. Misha Ibrahim for Germany. With Carola, Jamillo, Hennessy and Conchetta, his 4 horses he brought to Donaueschingen. Completed in 44.50, quick but not the quickest round we've seen. And Koos de Ronde, older son of Dutch legend Piet de Ronde and older brother of Peter, who already completed the course. A lot of pressure on the de Ronde family here. Koos de Ronde also competing for the team, scoring the nations. Not the quickest part, but as you can see, all the other 7 obstacles, top times, Koos de Ronde, quickest round at all. And of course, that means rank number 1, the new lead. So all eyes were on him. And there's a lot of time pressure now on the competitors to follow. Misha Ibrahim showing up at obstacle 3. And it's impressive to listen how he's communicating with his horses. So let's just spectate for a few minutes. Misha Ibrahim, Germany. Slightly touched the gate. Every second, watching what his horses are doing with him, for him. Communication and synchronization, that's team management. Calming down, slowing down on the way to the last obstacle. And we are focusing on Sweden, Fredrik Persson. The 3-time Swedish champion, 4 silver medals on national championships, 8 times participant of European and World Championships. Ranked number 5 with the Swedish team at the Gothenburg European Championships 2 years ago. Very experienced, and he has a legend as coach at the moment. Of course, German driver legend Misha Ibrahim is currently helping the Swedish team to get experience and of course to turn it into success. Fredrik Persson, one of the Swedish competitors at the 2019 championships. Ranked number 4, not too bad, and as Michael Freund in one of the interviews said, just based on the horses they had available and the experience, he was more than happy with the interim result of the Swedish team. And we are focusing back on German Misha Ibrahim. In the meantime, showed up at obstacle number 5. And at that time he knew that he needed to be quicker, because there were some very good times in the meantime. So a bit more pace, a bit more pressure he's given to the horses. And we are staying at the German team. He was expected by the majority of the audience. One of the favorite drivers, Georg Feinstein for Germany. Silver medal with the team, ranked number 5 at the previous championships in Gothenburg in Sweden. And of course, competing for the team, the nations. Well, a bit left turn and then slightly adjusted, corrected. Maybe not the quickest round for him. Let's see how he's managing the Roses Garden. Obstacle number 2. One of the favorites within the marathon part of the 2019 championships. Impressive how he's motivating his horses. Desperado, Eddie, Playboy and Popeye he brought with him to Donaueschingen. Georg Feinstein, 51.04, that's been quick. Well, ranked number 4, not the quickest round on that obstacle. And our leading competitor after the dressage part, Benjamin Ayot for France, about to conclude the marathon at obstacle 8. He was showing some quick rounds during the marathon. And he knew he needed to defend his number one position after the Friday's dressage part, which he won. He needed to be quick. And at the end, Benjamin Ayo, ranked number 2 in the marathon and number 2 after marathon and dressage, decided a bit for safety here and there, as we could see on obstacle 8, but at the end, for the moment, number 2. Michael Brauchle, in the meantime, showed up at obstacle number 6. The German team, of course, managed by Karl-Heinz Geiger, the national coach. Charlie Geiger, as team members call him. Yesterday has been his birthday, so can they give him a birthday gift? Maybe with a leading position in the nation's results. We will see. But for the moment, we are focusing on another very talented driver based in the Netherlands with a very famous name, Brahm Chardon, the son of the Dutch legend Brahm Chardon. Ranked number 3 at the Friday's dressage part. Just a few points behind his father. And of course, his aim was to defend this ranking at the marathon. A lot of audience showed up. A massive amount of visitors just joined the marathon part yesterday. Michael Brauchle about to conclude the course. He showed at obstacle 7. And as you can see on the front right-hand side, Michael Brauchle's horse Jamilo, quite exhausted already, but let's not forget 13 kilometers of marathon were laying behind them. Brahm Chardon. In the meantime, in the Roses Garden, obstacle number 2, gate C. There was some slight misunderstanding between him and his front horses. And especially in the last part of the competitor starting list. Every single second could decide about a ranking. Every single second counts. Giving a lot of motivation to his horses. And a very loud motivation as well. Brahm Chardon. And in the meantime, creating a lot of dust, being very quick and being very focused towards the finish line of the Marathon 2019. German competitor Misha Ibrahim. His horses are fighting, they are working, they are helping him to get through the line, and as you can see on obstacle 8, he has created the best time. Ranked number 3 with top time on obstacles 5, 7 and 8, Michael Brauchle, the domestic driver of the hosting federal state of Baden-Württemberg. So, after roughly 60% of the starting field, Coaster Ronde in the leading position, followed by Michael Brauchle, previously seen, and Benjamin Ayo on 3. But there were many more to come. German four-in-hand driver Georg Feinstein completing the marathon. It's about every second. It's about every position in the ranking. Before the final Sunday class of the 2019 championships, which will be the cones. For now, focusing on completing the marathon, Georg Feinstein, ranked number 3 on obstacle 8. Top times he created. Best time on obstacle 5 and 7. Final ranking number 2 at the moment. Being ranked number 2 at the marathon. Pretty good results at the moment for the German team. So it's about to wait for the final ranking after the marathon, but before there's some more competitors. Glenn Geerts for Belgium, obstacle number 5 on the fountain. Two times national champion, one time number 3, bronze medal at the FEI World Cup driving season 2018-19. He is motivated, he is passionate and successful, and he is completing number 5. And here he is, the legend. Everybody was waiting for him, the last competitor to start, the last carriage at that really breathtaking and exhausting marathon course we've seen built up by Johan Jacobs from the Netherlands. Brahm Chardon, the legend, 4-time World Cup winner, multiple times, 27 times national champion. There's almost no success he could not claim for himself. Brahm Chardon, number 2 after the Friday's dressage competition. Being a bit disappointed, of course, 4 out of 5 judges have seen him ranked number 1 after the dressage, but that's forgotten and forgiven. He is in the marathon now. He is in the pace mode. Brahm Chardon. While his son Bram is concluding the marathon. And of course, both were hoping to commit to the team results and to contribute to the overall Dutch team ranking. Brahm Chardon ranked number 1 in the lead with very good times, but not the best times. Anyway, ranked number 3 at the dressage helped him to be in the lead. And of course, he was just leaving his carriage and watching what father is doing. Brahm. Well, there was some disharmony, some misunderstanding with his front horses. And everybody was expecting the Dutch drivers to be top ranked, of course. But that can also easily turn into a lot of pressure. Brahm Chardon. Very loud motivation of his horses at obstacle 2. Number 8 and almost the finish line for Glenn Geerts, Belgium driver. Belgium also very well ranked for the nation's results. Not just for his individual goal, not just for his ranking. He is fighting for the team, as you could see. Amazing work. Well, also the audience moving from one obstacle to the other. At the end, Glenn Geerts ranked number 4 after dressage and marathon. And still Brahm Chardon at the marathon course. Now obstacle 3. The challenging, the rail tracks. A lot of changes in speed, a lot of changes in pace, a lot of handworks and coordination, especially with the front horses, as you can see. Not just change in directions. And Bram, his son, standing in the audience, watching because he already completed. Very steep turns.
So, meine Damen und Herren, steht wieder in der Mitte der Bahn und habe Brahm Chardon bei mir. Der hat sich eine Zeit genommen, ein paar Sekunden vom Putzpunkt der Runde.
Eisbrand, very focused on his horses, very focused on the job to be done, on the obstacle to be completed. Obstacle 3 and 5 more to go for the Dutch driving legend, Brahm Chardon. Calming down a little bit. And the audience was waiting for the final results. And they were waiting for German Anna Sandman, the daughter of the German famous and successful Christoph Sandman. Another driving family. Another success story, question mark. There was some pressure on her as she just joined the team quite late. Having been nominated just 2 days before the marathon, 1 day before the dressage, on a Thursday. Team coach Karl-Heinz Geiger decided to nominate her as one of her teammates did not get one of her horses through the vet check, so Anna Sandman just joined the team. And she did it very well. 54.49, but she now needed to contribute to the team ranking, to the nations ranking of the 2019 European Championships. Serious challenge for her. But she made it quite well throughout the marathon course. Those 13 challenging kilometers with those 8 impressive obstacles. Her first European Championships, her premiere on that international tournament. And the daughter of the famous Christoph Sandman. About to conclude her very, very first marathon on European Championships ground. Just nominated as member of the German team, heading towards the finish line. Anna Sandman. Ranked number 6, very satisfying result, given the fact that she just was nominated, is relatively young, but a very promising career, a very strong team. And what happened here? What happened to Brahm Chardon? Obstacle number 5, as you can see, very slowly. It looks a bit like a sightseeing walk. And there's one simple and very disappointing reason for him. At obstacle number 4, which we couldn't see, his carriage was just falling beside. Of course, that's the elimination due to the regulations. But the most important message of the day was all his horses and the team members were not injured. Now, the results, the individual results of the marathon Saturday's competition. Misha Ibrahim in the lead, followed by Brahm Chardon. Georg Feinstein for Germany, ranked number 3. Adding the dressage now, the individual standings after the Saturday's competition. Brahm Chardon in the lead, followed by Benjamin Ayo, and number 3, Georg Feinstein for Germany. Quite promising. Netherlands ahead of France and a German competitor. And now, what about the team standings? Surprise, surprise. Germany now in the lead, followed by Belgium. France number 3, and due to the elimination of Brahm Chardon on obstacle 4, the Netherlands now on the 4th place. And then today, Sunday, final day of the 2019 European Driving Championships, the obstacle competition. 20 obstacles to compete, 188 seconds the time allowed, Number 3, after the dressage and the marathon, a lot of pressure on Glenn Geerts for Belgium. Bronze medal aspiration, of course, on that Sunday. 188 seconds is the time allowed. Not too quick, but he stays clear. 184.88 seconds. And that's a very good foundation for keeping the bronze medal. Of course, he's happy. And of course, he's showing all his emotions, setting himself in the lead after the combined total score. But 2 more to come. Silver medal, question mark, for number 2 in the current ranking, Benjamin Ayo, and his beautiful black horse's carriage. Every cone which would be a failure would mean 3 penalty points. Very focused. Very steep turns. He is showing here, coming to the finish line in 185, 186, 187. Wow, just exceeded the time allowed, slightly exceeded the time limit. But anyway, it was less than the distance he could build to Glenn Geerts. And that means he is defending top ranking. So currently number 1 in the ranking. And that means at least silver medal for Benjamin Ayo at the 2019 championships. Of course, that's a reason to celebrate already for that French driver. But 1 more to come. Number 1, overnight champion after the marathon and the dressage. Ranked number 3 in the dressage on Friday. Perfect round at the marathon yesterday. Bit unfortunate for his father, Iceband. As we remember, he was eliminated. Wow, but there's already a failure on cone number 4. What an effort he has to carry now. What a pressure on him. No more cones to fail. Otherwise, he would lose gold. Otherwise, Benjamin Ayo would be the 2019 champion. Stay calm, stay clear of the cones, and stay quick at the same time for that young but very successful Dutch driver for Brahm Chardon. National champion 2015, silver medal winner 2 years ago. 5 times participant of European and World Championships. Just stepping out of the shadow of his legendary father, Iceband. He needs to make it himself now. He needs to leave his own footprint at the 2019 Championships. No more failure now. Perfectly see how focused he is, how much he's talking to his horses, how much he's steering them through those tight obstacles, the cones. 13 now. Time looks good. Shouldn't be any time penalties. 14 clear. 6 more to go, 6 more obstacles. And then the decision will be made. Do we see the 2019 champion here? Can he make it to gold this year here at Donaueschingen? Combined obstacle here, 4 elements, A, B, C, and D. He is almost heading towards the finish line. 17, 3 more. Steep right turn towards 18. Silent audience. Everybody is focused. Everybody is watching. And everybody is waiting for the decision of the European Championships. And here it is clear. Brahm Chardon, 2019 European champion. And of course, that's emotions. That needs to be said. It needs to be shown. Ranked number 1, European driving champion 2019, Dutch driver Brahm Chardon. He made it. Look in his face. Look how he is enjoying that moment. The audience, the situation. Go for gold 2019. Brahm Chardon, Benjamin Ayo, perfect second place, silver medal. Bronze goes to Belgium, to Glenn Reds. And this is the moment they were waiting for. The moment, the championships, the celebration. And of course, the prize giving. The 2019 championships, they are decided. Brahm Chardon, new driving champion. And of course that means now for the team ranking, Germany going for gold, new team champion, followed by Belgium with the silver medal, France number 3 after the Netherlands have been ranked number 1 after the Friday's dressage. Germany now the new team champion. Congratulations to Georg Feinstein, Misha Ibrahim and Anna Sandman. Great result for her first European Championships participation.